Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Reaper Off-Road. Today we're going to talk about our JL and JT front skid plate. This product here is designed for a slim fitment, fits real tight to the frame, dresses up the front end look. It's a great match with our front bumper. It's designed to fit as well with the plastic front bumpers that come on the vehicles. It's a great upgrade to the plastic skid plates that Jeep provides. We include all the necessary hardware for mounting it. We include a backing plate, like all our products, that you can color customize to accent your vehicle any way you'd like. Alright, so the kit includes the main skid plate. It includes some side caps to dress up the frame. It includes internal mounting brackets featuring new mounting points for your Mojave reservoirs. It includes all additional hardware and internal brackets as well. And it includes a logo backing plate that you can color customize any way you choose. For this install, you will need a plastic fastener removal tool. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a ratchet with a metric and inch socket set, an Allen wrench set. For the install, the first thing you'll want to do if you're going to color customize that backing plate, you should go ahead and take care of that now so it has time to dry before you install it. For the disassembly, the steps might vary depending on the trim level and optional equipment that you have installed. The first step will be to remove the factory skid plate by removing any hardware holding it in place. For vehicles that have a plastic front bumper, there's also a brace with like an X pattern. You're going to want to remove that. The next thing you'll need to do is locate the L-shaped brackets at the outer sides of the frame. You will need to remove these by using a 18mm deep socket to remove the nuts off the bumper mounting studs at the outside. You only need to take out the outer two at each side, not the inner ones. Most bumpers do not need to be fully removed for the install. Then after you're done with that, go ahead and remove the one bolt on the long leg using a 16mm socket and get those brackets, set them aside. For the Mojaves, you're going to need to loosen the bracket that hold the reservoir on. Go and remove any other brackets around the bottom of the frame. Depending on the trim, the Rubicon will have some metal brackets, the Mojave has some metal brackets there. So now for the assembly of your new Reaper skid plate, we're going to start by installing the mid-frame mounting brackets at the inner left and right sides. If you already have threads in the frame, go ahead and just use the M10 bolt and washer that we provide. If you don't have threads already in the frame, then go ahead and position the double nut plate inside the frame. You'll have to hold it in place while you install the brackets. The brackets are directional and they will match the angle contour at the bottom of the frame when positioned correctly. Go ahead and use a 17mm socket to secure them, but do not fully tighten yet. You're going to want a little bit of adjustment still. Next step is to install an M10 bolt and washer at the outside left and right sides of the frame where the L brackets were just removed, and you can leave that bolt loose for now as well. Hang the side trim plates on that M10 bolt that you just installed. Install the lower M10 bolt into the side trim plate. You will need to position the teardrop nut plate inside of the frame behind the hex-shaped hole and use a 17mm socket to secure the side plates in place. But again, don't fully tighten yet. So now onto the main skid plate panel. We're going to install the logo plate on the back side. Go ahead and align it around the included studs and use the included nuts and washers to secure. You can use a 7/16 wrench to tighten those down fully. Go ahead and take the main skid and we're going to install it onto the lower outer studs by hanging it on the studs from the bumper. Use the provided 12mm nuts and washers with the lock washers as well to hold it in place. And again, you're going to want to leave that just a little bit loose so you can adjust it. So now push up on the bottom of the skid plate towards the mid-frame brackets and use the provided 1/4-inch screws, washers, and nuts to bolt that to the brackets on the inside of the frame. And then we're going to go back and re-tighten everything, starting with the 12mm nuts behind the bumper. Tighten those down fully and then work your way around everything else and tighten that all down. Some additional steps if you have a Mojave trim with the extra Fox reservoirs. We're going to align the reservoir, still with that plastic collar on it. We're going to align it to the two nuts on the brackets at the inside of the frame. And we're going to use the factory hardware to re-tighten that, to reinstall that. And again, for the Mojave guys, you're going to have the one additional bracket on that reservoir hose right along the side plate. You will use the factory hardware there to reinstall that bracket into the threads in the frame.